If there's one thing to take away from this video, it's that Sulfur has amazing gunplay. The animations, the sounds, the recoil, the designs themselves. These things can be as normal as just a pump action shotgun to as wacky as a 50 cal P90. You know you're doing something right with your guns when your guns get added into H3VR.
Here we go.
Hey, Jarek here, and this game was recommended to me in my comments. I do genuinely look at all the games you guys recommend, but only a single person recommended this game, and man, it's a hidden gem. I've been playing it off stream non-stop. This game is so fun. When this game got recommended to me, I looked up some footage and immediately could tell these were going to be some good guns. That's what pulled me in and drew my interest. The rest of the game kept me there. Seriously, the visual recoil and the way these guns feel almost remind me of Modern Warfare 2019. And no matter how you feel about Modern Warfare 2019, that's some high praise. We can all agree that the guns in that game were really good. Okay, but what is Sulfur? I've just ranted about how good these guns are. Well, Sulfur is a roguelike. Wait, before you leave, I used to be one of those people too, where I would hear roguelike and immediately go, suddenly don't care, suddenly not interested. And I get comments like that all the time when I make videos of roguelikes. The thing is, roguelikes are so diverse now that by just saying, ew, roguelike, that throws away so many different games that don't really fit the roguelike mold. For example, if you write off, roguelikes, then you're not playing games like, say, RoboQuest, or more important to this video, Nightmare Reaper. Nightmare Reaper is probably the closest analog to this game, and Nightmare Reaper is one of my favorite games of all time. You see, back in the day when I wasn't on board with the idea of roguelikes, I kind of looked at them like I was restarting any game from the beginning. Like, if I'm playing Half-Life and I get to surface tension and die, why should I restart from the beginning? That's stupid. However, roguelikes don't have the same structure, and this isn't what's going on. For example, in this game, it's not one long run, and if you die, you redo the whole thing. You have different levels that you go through and go back to a hub, which will unlock the next level. So you're never stuck doing a 3-hour long run just to get to where you were before. The game starts with you driving after a witch, your hometown burning in the background. You crash your car and wake up to hear an amulet talking to you. This amulet is very useful. It has a one-time charge to respawn you back at the hub safely, so that you don't die and lose your stuff. It is rechargeable for a one-time fee talking to this guy, that is not too much, or by finding these shrines. After this brief tutorial session, you find yourself at another church. This is the hub for the world. This hub is the most important place in the game. There's shops to get whatever you want. If you end up dying, this is where you'll respawn. And if you use your amulet, this is where you come back. I'll explain what these things do here, but let's just jump to gameplay right away. Your starting pistol is a 9mm, the P38. It has a fairly shallow mag and okay damage for a 9mm, but it's a decent starting weapon. You will probably replace it rather soon. You're fighting these gremlin-looking creatures, and this is where I want to point out that despite the fact that this game looks rather cartoony, the guns feel so good. I just really need to reiterate this. The guns feel like I'm playing some sort of tactical game. It doesn't feel like what I'm looking at. There's also a lot of gore and good effect on target, so yeah, again, top-notch gunplay. Also, this music is so good. I expected them to do something entirely different. I expected just some quiet environmental ambience when you're exploring, and then to have some combat music kick in when enemies pop up, but no. What they chose to do was just kind of have this chill hop, lo-fi sort of music playing in the background, and for some reason it fits. And all of it is amazing. They've uploaded the soundtrack to YouTube. It's been what's been playing in the background this whole time. The only complaint I have about the soundtrack is that it's not on Spotify. Please upload it. More importantly, these enemies are extremely varied, and they have a chance to just drop anything, with chests that have a chance to just drop anything. This opens up a wild amount of things that you can use. For example, your guns can use attachments, scrolls, and oils. An attachment is exactly what you think it would be. You can find a barrel extension to give your gun less spread. You can put an optic on your gun that not only makes it easier to see what you're shooting at, but also gives you a higher chance to get a crit. You can put a laser on your gun for better hipfire accuracy. As long as these attachments aren't two different things on the barrel or two different scopes or something like that, you can stack as many as you want. Oils will give you upgrades, and these are wildly varied. One may do more damage, but at the cost of not dropping any money. One may speed up your reloads, but have some negative downside. One may cause enemies to never drop organs. Yes, enemies do drop organs, and yes, you can pick them up. And then there are these scrolls, which can have some sort of effect, or a chance of an effect. For example, a certain amount of chance to light an enemy on fire, or freeze them, or stun them. If you use a gun more, the gun will level up, but this doesn't mean the stats of the gun get better. Thankfully, it doesn't mean your gun does more damage just because it's level 10, meaning you shouldn't pick up any new gun because this one's leveled too much. No, if you level it up, it means you can put more of this stuff on your gun. That's the only difference. And the workbench at the main place is how you can take attachments off of your gun if you want to put them on something else or you just don't like it. The scrolls and oils, unfortunately, you're completely stuck with, which is a huge complaint I have. I found a gun that I had never seen before and wanted to keep using it, but I put an oil on the gun that, yes, made it do more damage, but also made it have more bullet drop. I thought, okay, whatever, I can manage some bullet drop, but oh my god, what the heck? No wonder it's not hitting. Did you see where the bullets went? How much bullet drop did that add? What is this? Why? No! And now I'm stuck with it. So I just had to take the attachments off and sell the gun and hope I found it again. I think that's really dumb. Speaking of really dumb, right next to this workbench is this lady, who can repair your weapons. Yeah, this game has weapon degradation. It doesn't ruin the game, but can you think of a single game where this mechanic is fun? It doesn't make it annoying. I don't like having to fill up some of my inventory carrying stuff that could repair my weapons because they might break in a long run. I personally would be fine if this mechanic was scrapped altogether. I get the point is to make you not use one gun too much and be reliant on some other guns, but you already have ammo scarcity to have people do that, so I don't know why this is here. Anyway, the items you pick up will go into this inventory. So it has sort of a Resident Evil 4 inventory system. Thankfully, your ammo does not go in this inventory. You can just have as much ammo as you want, thank God. Now, a lot of these items are just food to give you health. However, you can also cook items. And this left me confused for a little while, because when I went to cook things, it would just tell me I couldn't cook anything. The way this is phrased makes it seem like that's just something I can't do until I buy a recipe somewhere else or something, so I just assumed I couldn't do anything with this for so long. But no, this really just means that you don't know what you can cook yet, so you need to experiment. For example, just dropping 2 eggs into here makes an omelet. This is really important to do because this is how you get better health items. Feel free to experiment. There's even an achievement for putting 2 snails together and making escargot. And yes, those organs that enemies drop, you can simply sell those for lots of money, but some of these can be used in food. That would be my second piece of advice, is pick up everything and sell everything you don't need. That is how you get lots of money. At the end of this first cave level, you'll fight against some shit boss, and then when you kill him, you'll go back to the church. At this point, the next level is unlocked. This is what I meant by this game doesn't really function like a normal roguelike. You don't start from the beginning every single time. The option is there to go back and play the first level, say if you want to see if you can find a better gun or not deal with such hard enemies so you can prepare yourself for the harder levels. But once you unlock the next level, that's just unlocked forever, even if you die. You don't have to start from the beginning. And there's quite a lot of levels. I've still yet to beat this game, and I put 16 hours into it. Each level you come across does get longer. I streamed this game for 4.5 hours and didn't even realize 4.5 hours had passed. I looked at the time and it was suddenly 1 in the morning. There's just something about the pacing of this game's gunplay that I really like. You're not running 20 million miles an hour or slide canceling or wall running. The gunplay is a bit slower, but the guns feel more impactful in that, and that's what I really miss. This feel is so good. Anyway, there are shops to get all of this stuff back at the main hub. There's a guy that sells guns and ammo. There's someone that sells oils if you need them. There's a place to cook new items. Oh, and of course, as you're doing these runs, you can get clothing to wear that does change your stats. One may make you faster, one may give you more armor. And there's always a chance to see a random item or gun to pop up. Like I said, I've been playing for 16 hours and I'm still seeing tons of new guns I've never seen before. I mean, look at this gun showcase. Look how many are there. Not my video, by the way, but like, there's so much in this game. And some of the ways you can upgrade your guns leads to just really goofy combinations. It's fun. It's very addicting. It's the same kind of fun I had with Nightmare Reaper, where I found myself wanting to just play this game and get to the next level and see what next ridiculous thing I'm gonna pick up off the ground. Even better, since this game is kind of a cartoony art style despite being mostly 3D with sprite-based enemies, it runs really well. Virtually anyone's computer should be able to run this game. And it's not a full-priced game either. So it's affordable, runs on anything, and has really good gunplay. This right here is in contention for my game of the year. I genuinely think it is this fun. Like, sitting here talking about it, I want to go back and keep playing it. I did not want to stop streaming it, but I had responsibilities. I want to play this game. So yeah, that's Sulfur. This video might end up being fairly short for what it is, but honestly, for how many mechanics are in this game, it's a pretty simple game to understand and play, and really addicting. As I said, highly recommend. Go buy it. Huge thanks to my YouTube members. These guys get to see all my videos early, and they do genuinely help pay my bills and rent, so that really helps, so I want to give back to them somehow. If you want to join, I keep it pretty cheap. If you enjoy this content, then here's a playlist of videos just like this. Here is a recommended one over there, or you can click here to subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time.